joints.
Yeah.
That beat go hard.
It do.
Oh, wait.
We gotta So that's the theme song, everybody. Shalom, welcome to another episode of War as Usual. You understand what we tell you? World that we live in today. A lot going on. We got Julio Foolio'S killers have been caught. Well, there's still one more at large. 4 have been caught. What else we got? We got Kamala Harris prophesied to bring Megan Thee Stallion up on her campaign. You understand? I kind of wanted to touch on. I ain't mentioned this to y'all, but I did kind of want to not touch on Select Diddy. I kind of wanted to bring up that Olympic show, that opening show, whatever, with the damn society going on. Can I say that? It's a lot. It's kind of a bunch of alternate lifestyle stuff going on that I was thinking about, addressing or whatever. Hold up. What happened? I stopped.
I couldn't hear you.
Oh.
You were saying.
You gotta turn it down. Hold on. Let's do this shit. All right.
What's loud as
I couldn't hear you. I'm like, what the?
It was muffling out with your words, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
What about now? Is this better? This should be better right here. All right. So yeah, like I was saying, you know what I'm saying? I ain't tell y'all this, but I kind of wanted to bring out the performance that happened at the Olympics opening ceremony. We can go to where we can't or whatever, but you know what I mean. I just thought I'd make mention of it. You got Kamala Harris. You got what else we got, man? The divorcing the black. As mentioned last week, we said that we would do a little review over the movie. You know what I mean, and talk about it a little bit. You know what I mean. So, that's what's in store. The water for tuning in. Hit that like button. Hit subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend, because we live. All right. Where the barracks at, man? Who in the barracks? Where the barracks at, man? Hit that like button. Hit type in your questions or whatever. If you got questions or if you want to bring up some topics, we can do all of that. I'm gonna put the link in the chat as well. So let's get into it, man. Where we going first? Kamala Harris?
Kamala. If we could. Kabbalah. That's that Jewish shit, ain't it?
I don't know.
Oh, I can't even say that. My bad.
No, now that you say it, Jewish.
Cancel.
I
don't know, but now that you say that, though, I don't know. I think, it is Jewish. You can't get canceled because that's facts. That's news. The Kabbalah is Jewish.
Who knows?
All I know is like you got, huh?
Nah, go ahead.
Nah, my bad. I was gonna say all I know is you got a bunch of Judites and a bunch of Israelites who are into Kabbalah. And they wear it. If you they into it if you see a little red band around the It's not even a band. It's more like a string. They tie a red string around their wrist. Unless you know they into Kabbalah, which I don't really know much about it, but yeah.
Shit. But if you could, Lapia, did you want?
My bad, real quick. If you ever seen that hand that kind of like this, like you got 2 thumbs, that's part of it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. And they got like an eye in the palm of the hand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Evil shit, evil shit.
Yeah, man. You're oppressive. But I was gonna ask if you wanted to play your video first, real quick, Lapia, that then play this one.
What the hell is this?
All right, yeah, let's do that. Let me see.
Is this a political rally or a goddamn soca fest? What the hell is going on?
I'm going with the latter.
That's funny, man.
me see if I can pull this up.
So last week, just to recap, last week, we talked about Kamala Harris and our very own Torch bringing that fire. He made mention. He said the only way that Kamala Harris is gonna win is if she bring some celebrities such as Megan Thee Stallion. And we about to play the video right now. This was aired before it actually happened. You know what I mean? And the point is, man, there are priests and prophets over here. You know what I mean? We know what's going on. We see what's going on. And your Christian pastor is blind. And he's leading the blind. And as long as you being led by the blind, you bound to fall off a cliff somewhere. Let's get it.
Only way that Kamala Harris can win this, I'm gonna tell you what the thing is. Hopefully she ain't listening, right? If she brings Meg Thee Stallion on, now she gotta do it too. Not bring her on as nothing political, but what I'm saying is when they do that little getting ready to ramp up for them votes, if Meg Thee Stallion is part of that entourage, because you know what Kamala gonna do, right? To get the niggas votes, she gonna bring out Meg Thee Stallion. She gonna bring out Beyonce, all of the women. Yeah, she gonna bring out all of the innocent. She might not do Glorilla though. She ain't gonna do her. She thinks she a classy black woman, so she ain't gonna do that. She gonna do Beyonce though. She gonna have like Alicia Keys, somebody for the throwbacks. You know what I'm saying? Like she gonna do that, and niggas is gonna be like, hey, that's the president. Nigga, Beyonce up there with her. Nigga, how can we not vote? That's the only way she can do it. If she's smart, that's the only way she can win it.
So I know how to make a mean pot of greens. In fact, people used to ask me to make greens for them for Christmas. One year, I had so many that I had to wash that we ended up washing them in the bathtub. So I am not playing around.
This damn female dog. It's like she gotta make a showcase. It's like she gotta make a showcase of her blackness. Like she gotta prove that she's black. Like, come on, bro.
Do y'all think her collard greens is busting though? Like,
hell no.
Like she makes a fine collard
greens. Hell no. She ain't never made none.
Yeah, I bet she get collard greens out the can and season them up and call it collard green.
That's not good. That's not good at all.
So that video that we
that
was absolutely on the 23rd, right? A week ago, made that statement. Yep. And look what we have here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Live.
That's where
just happened. This just happened.
Today. Like this happened today. That's crazy. Look at the comments though. They said I'm embarrassed button.
That's for real.
And this is our representation of a black woman trying to lead this country. This is so embarrassing and distasteful.
Yeah.
Somebody said, now Kamala, you've been doing great. This was not it.
She wasn't doing great at all. She wasn't. And it's funny how it takes a woman embarrassing women for them to finally see that Kamala Harris is not doing a good job. See, because when men are bringing out the fact that Kamala Harris is imprisoning black men for no damn reason, nobody cares. Black women don't care. But when another black woman gets on stage and embarrasses other black women, now it's a problem. You understand? This woman is twerking for votes. If that ain't a slave, you got to tell me what is.
Vote or Diddy.
This is vote or Diddy in your face. That's another thing the Torch himself brought out last week. I mean, you get two choices: vote or Diddy. Goddammit! And this bitch Diddy bopping on the stage.
Yeah, some Diddy shit going on. It's a freak show.
This female dog. Oh man, now what is this?
Yeah, that was funny. I ain't gonna front watching this video.
Can we play
the audio?
You see
that single white guy in the back? The only here white guy.
Dude. One of these issues that I care about is resolving the gun violence issue.
Niggas said he want to resolve it.
You can't understand the struggles of gun violence if you're not in the field or in the heart of it. So one thing
I mean, he's not in the field.
Vice
My
President
bad.
Harris is she always stand on business. I mean, one of these issues that I care about is
Yeah,
You right.
is resolved.
so
I mean,
after Meg, of course. I mean, they is in Atlanta, but still, this is they political move to bring these guys out. It's like when
Yeah,
Dave Chappelle was like, who gives a damn what Ja Rule thinks at a time like this? Like,
I mean, what policy does she have on gun violence?
right.
Anybody know? I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
Quavo even know? Shit.
Right. But why they bringing them up there? Like, I mean, I know why they doing it. They doing it because they think that niggas is influential. And we are with stars and people with prestige. And that's why they're using these niggas. Because, I mean, really, do we really want to take voting advice from Quavo? I mean, Meg Thee Stallion, do we really want voting advice? If I did vote,
No,
are these people that I want to listen to and care about what? Come on, man. Stop it.
Yeah.
no. Can you pull up that post? It's a post where somebody said where the caption was I'm locking up men too, something like that. Well, it was Megan Thee Stallion with Kamala Harris, and the caption said I'm locking up men too, or some shit like that. I don't know if it should be in the group chat, but that's whoever made that caption is dead right. You know what I mean? And you know what I'm saying? Listen, I love Megan Thee Stallion. I love her. You know what I'm saying? That's my sister with her little funky ass. But she like when she locked up Tory Lanez, and it was proven that he didn't shoot her in the foot, and he still went to prison. It was that's crazy. Like that just goes to show you that there is no protection for black men, and it's crazy how black women are crying and begging for protection from men, but all the men are getting locked up, and a lot of the women are the ones doing the locking up. Every time you get on the phone and you call the police because your boyfriend is arguing with you, and you make it seem like it's a domestic problem, and you get them locked up, it's you. You understand? Every time that you put a brother on child support knowing he can't afford it, you know what I'm saying? When y'all could just work out y'all differences together, when y'all could just, whoever the breadwinner is, take care of the finances. You know what I'm saying? When you could just handle it that way, you put him on child support, and now when he can't pay, he gets locked up. That's you. You understand? You are a pawn in white supremacy. That's you. You're a pawn in white supremacy, and you further their cause rather than furthering the black man's cause, rather than building up black people, building up a black nation. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to protect black women when every man is in a prison cell. Look at it right here. What it say? Megan Thee Stallion is reportedly making an appearance with Kamala Harris for a rally on July 30th at Atlanta. Well, today is July 30th, so that just happened today. But somebody had made a caption of this and was like, "I'm locking up black men too."
Yeah, that's
That
I'm
is
looking in the group
crazy.
chat. I don't see it, but
Nah, yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I don't even think that I put that one in there. But yeah, somebody made a caption on it and was like, "Yeah, I'm locking up black women too, sis." And I'm like, "Damn, that's crazy," but really, that's the truth. They both locking up black men for no reason.
bro, this is crazy. That's crazy.
Man, they watching this show. They watching this show, whether you know it or not. That's why y'all need to be subscribed, man. All my day ones, drop a one in the chat. Drop a D1 in the chat, man. Okay, if you're a day one, drop a D1 in the what's it called, in the barracks. Trapping out the house with the boys in the window, bandos shit. That's funny.
Yeah. I mean, I want to know what effective change are there putting in effort now without a vote? Like they
Yeah,
have all this influence, Meg Thee Stallion, Quavo, you bring in all these artists, and yet they're not even doing anything for the community without a vote. So what makes you think I'm gonna listen to them to vote for you when they ain't even doing nothing now? Like it's all entertainment for black people. That's all it is. It's just to make you feel. It's like church. That's all it is. They give you a false hope, and they make you feel good inside, and they make you feel entertained, but they don't do nothing that actually affect your life. That's all it is, entertainment. And she ain't done there. You know what I mean?
Right.
Listen, more of the prophecies that La P.I. brought out is gonna come to pass as well. Soon we're gonna hear about Alicia Keys, Beyonce, and every black woman in America. The sorority group's gonna come together. They're gonna form a coalition. It's gonna be a whole big thing. Watch.
Yeah. Whoever from that town, they're gonna be around.
Mm-hmm. Hey, do we have that video where that video of the debate where she was where I think it was AOC, she was like she locked Kamala Harris locked up 1,500 black men. We have that footage. I'm gonna try to get it.
She definitely did lock a few brothers up, man, as a district attorney of California.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she ain't doing nothing no different than anybody else that did. You know what I mean? Like they they can try to cover it as much as they want to, but at the end of the day, whoever get put in that seat, blacks, Hispanics, and natives still gonna have to deal with whatever the consequences are. We're still gonna have to deal with it. You know, we got to find a way to, you know, get behind brothers who got a plan to go through this. You know what I'm saying? Like the ISUPK, like this plan is battle tested. It's time tested. You know what I'm saying? Brothers survived off this. You know, so you know, regardless of what methods they trying to use, I just be wanting people to see the foolery. Like, don't you see how they using people? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they got to be targeting when you start bringing out people like Meg Thee Stallion in your campaign, right? You're bringing her out for some sort of woman empowerment. I'm sure. I doubt that you even followed the whole Tory Lanez case in that debacle. I doubt you. Somebody just probably briefed her on it. Like, yeah, she got shot by old boy. She like, oh, okay, then yeah, bring her on. But I just be wanting people to see, you know, and I think we all can agree just how they trying to trick you. You know what I'm saying? Trying to use this person to get your vote. Obviously, they targeting 18 to 25 with, you know, bringing Meg Thee Stallion out there, black women 18 to 25, because they, you know, for you know, they want the vote, they want the influence, they want all of that. So yeah, I just want people to see that, man. Like, and hopefully people ain't being swayed by that. Like, if she up there and her voting numbers go up because of Meg Thee Stallion, like, this is a problem.
Shit, like you mentioned, that's her only chance of winning. Like, the only chance that she got is to pander to black women. Is the only way. You know what I mean? And she knows that. She knows that. You know what I mean? She's going to utilize that to the full out extent.
Right. Because she knows she don't have the Isarian male vote. She knows she ain't got that.
Yeah, right. Facts.
She can't play too far. She can't play too far to the right being black, because at that point she's going to lose the Isarian woman vote. So she got to push the envelope on the black side. You gotta push it, because if you that's why she's so hesitant. You know what I mean? Like, she's doing the black stuff, but at the same time she's trying to stay down the middle. But you know, the world still ain't accepted that. You know what I'm saying? The people that's in voting power still ain't accepted that it's a melting pot down here. You know what I'm saying? On this side of the Gulf. You know what I mean? It's a melting pot down here. They don't care about that. Isarians still rule the government. They still rule the world.
Shit, if you look at the people that attended her rally, I mean, you seen only one white guy standing in the crowd, you know, sticking out like a sore thumb. Man. You know what I mean? And you go to the opposite side of a Trump rally, and it's nothing but Edomites. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this country ain't no kumbaya, getting along and make America one. All that is a false narrative, man.
It is. And you know, and we bring that out on the show every week, and mainly because of the fact that this is a perpetual thing. Like, this thing just keeps happening. It's been happening. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember being young and watching presidential debates, and not really watching them, but knowing of them, getting to the age where I started to watch them and just started to realize how much rhetoric and influence and commercials and things they trying to do to sway you. You know what I mean? Just for that person to get in there and everybody be like, "This is not what he said. This he said one thing and did another." Like, that's pretty much been the track record of your presidential campaigns, you know, since the beginning of the time. So,
facts, and the justifications are, you know, it's unfortunate that. Oh, you got it. Okay, there you go. I was just gonna say before if you don't play the video, but I was gonna say real quick that well, what people are trying to say now to justify her, you know, if you say anything against Kamala, you know what I mean, you got people that's up in arms ready to combat you about it, but they love to blame us for our conditions now. I mean, just to justify this one so-called black woman, right? They'll blame us for the problems in the community,
right?
And say stuff like, "Why you relying on one person to change things, and you have to vote locally, and well, the black man ain't never defended the community and all that stuff, man." All of that's bullcrap. You know what I mean? Black people are not to blame for what goes on in the neighborhood. It's not our fault. You know what I mean? Now, of course, there's issues amongst us that we have to address and fix. Yes, of course. You know what I mean? But the root of the issue, it starts off with oppression and white supremacy.
Right. You know what I mean? Right. And if I could, to go along with what you're saying, what people don't realize is that even if we vote, right, let's just go out on some hypotheticals. Let's just say that we get all black people together and we on one accord about voting for whatever Democrat, Republican, whatever, mostly Democrat, whatever. We even if you voting and putting that person in there, those people, there's like a lifeline. Those candidates and those people that want to run, some of them start out with good intentions. Some of them may start off with, "I want to help my community. I want to see black people this. I want to see black people that." A lot of those candidates start off like that, grassroots. But as they go up and the pressure of success and wanting to win, they bend. They bend and they bend. And that be the issue. That be the part that people don't realize. Like, okay, yeah, you didn't vote it to get this person in that seat, right? They in that seat. But after that, it's out of your hands. There's nothing you could do. They are bending to the pressure of corruption. It's all corrupt. That's why when they get to the top, it's like, this person ain't this. He ain't what he said in his campaign. That's because in his campaign, they didn't put a gun to his head and say, "Hey, you got to do this or this. You got to use this money for this, or we're going to extort you. Oh, we got pictures of you. We got videos. We know your background. We heard this crazy, you know, you said on the telephone." You know what I'm saying? Like, so they start bending. You know what I'm saying? And for the love of money, we all know is the root of all evil. So once money start getting involved, man, they bend every way. You know what I'm saying? For the money. Pause.
If I may too, like what's the bigger problem what black people need to realize is that politicians lie. And our problem is we just like conveniently forget every time we're done wrong. We conveniently forget it. We just like, it's like out of sight, out of mind to us. Because every year, every 4 years, when black people cast a vote, they're casting a vote because this politician promised them this, and then the next year, 2000, in the next year after they vote, their promises aren't met. Then 2 years after that, promise still not met. 3 years after that, promise still not met. 4 years, now it's time to vote again. And then you voting again for somebody who's making a promise and they're not keeping their promise. You voted for Barack Obama. He said, he said something. His whole mantra was change. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, he's going to provide change for black people because, of course, who else would he be talking about except for black people? Because black people were his biggest voters, right? And he promised change to the black community. What did he change? He changed the right for alternative lifestyle members to marry each other. He initiated same-sex marriage was legal. How the hell does that benefit black people? It don't benefit black people. What else did he change? He made a deal with Iran or whatever. How the hell does that change anything with black people? What do these changes
Damn
matter
thing.
to the black community? Then you voted. Then you said, all right, well, we done with Trump. I mean, we done with Obama. Let's get Trump in office. And Trump made these promises. What did Trump do to benefit black people? Free a couple niggas out of prison? Half of them niggas shouldn't have been in prison in the first place. What said it again?
I said he got Kodak blackout, didn't he?
Wow. Great. Good job. Good job. You freed damn drug addict. So like, yeah, I love Kodak Black. I love him. I love that brother. I love Kodak Black. But what does that change for black people? What the hell does that change for anybody? You understand? Then you voted for Biden. And what did he do? He made all these promises. He said, if you're not black, if you don't vote for me, you're not black. What he did?
Nigga done went to
What'd you
sleep
say?
on us.
Fell asleep on the job.
Hell yeah, he went straight to sleep.
You know
old,
what I'm
bro.
saying? He did nothing. He did nothing but make your rent high and your gas bill higher. You understand? He did nothing at all. And now here you are again, 2024, and you about ready to you got to pick between Donald Trump and Kamala Harris. Come on, man. When are you going to wake up? These politicians, their job is to lie. It's damn near like it should be in their name, politician. Because all they doing is lying to you. They're not here to do.
Nigga's a rapper, bro, for real. I ain't never heard that before. That was clean.
Made that work.
And these is politicians, man. Their job is to lie to you to get your vote. They're gonna put some woman on the stage and she's gonna twerk because you like to see women twerk. What the hell does that do for black people? You are a slave, man. This is ridiculous. We gotta, man. Come on, man. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's like, man,
I digress.
all the shit. If I may, I was gonna say just real quick, like all the evidence is there, and all we gotta do is just look at what worked before. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, we done tried everything as a community. We done went out and vote, right? We done went out and prayed to their God and joined their religions. We made so many alliances with them. We did everything according to a book that they will tout as a staunch citizen, like a patriotic citizen. Yeah. We fought in the war. We did everything right. I mean, but none of it has worked. Like, if we look at the pattern, we can see that none of it has worked. So what we have to do is go back to the source and find out what did work for us.
Right.
When was a time in America where the black community was thriving? When was a time where we had businesses, airports, you know what I mean? We had movie theaters, hospitals in our communities, banking systems in our communities.
Right.
Then we'll find a solution there. But if we doing this, we'll never get the solution. Go ahead, Ward.
No, I was gonna say it was about 50 years ago.
Right.
50 or 60 years ago.
I mean?
Before civil rights.
Yeah. Right. You know what I mean? Before the civil rights. Before we went out and try to cast a vote. Like, there's brothers that died right here in Orlando, Ocoee, Florida. They burnt down a whole neighborhood because we decided to go out and vote during the early 1900s, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We wanted to go out and vote, and they destroyed the whole community out here in Ocoee, Florida. Mm-hmm. Now, for you today in 2024 to go out and try to cast a vote, it's kind of like a dishonor or a disservice, right, to those that actually died. Because if it was up to them, do you think that they wanted to be left in that condition or that circumstance? they did it because thinking that they was gonna do something better for them. For you to turn around and do the same thing is like, what lesson did you learn? It's like their death is going in vain. You know what I mean? So
if I could, man, like and what you saying is heavy. You know what I'm saying? And I would just stop at this. It's, to hell with like dishonor. You're dissing your ancestors, man. Everybody that's talking about black this and black that, Juneteenth and Black History Month. You don't give a damn about none of that stuff. You dissing your ancestors and here's the thing. You understand? Like you think that there's growth in 2024 because you can go and vote. Like your forefathers and foremothers, was unalived about voting. You think that there's progress. That's the word they use. They say it's called progress and it's progressional and stuff like that. You think it's progressional that you don't have to be unalive to go cast a vote. But in reality, they are controlling who's being placed in office anyway. They're controlling who you get to vote for anyway. So you don't really have a choice. Like Lafayette said last week. You know what I'm saying? If I was on the ballot, would you vote for me? No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't vote for a nigga. Not a real nigga. Not a nigga that's gonna tell you you need to stop what you're doing and pay attention. You want to vote for the nigga that's gonna put Megan Thee Stallion on the stage so she can twerk for you. That's what you're gonna vote for. You're gonna put some damn criminal up on stage who got 34, 36, 38, however many damn felonies. Because guess what? You got 2 little felonies. You got 2 little felonies, so I'm gonna vote for the nigga that got felonies just like me. I'm gonna vote for the nigga that played the saxophone and smoke weed. I'm gonna vote for him. You don't want to vote for a real nigga.
Bleeding gums.
Because they control who you voting for. And now that they control who you voting for, it doesn't even matter if you go out and vote. Because you're gonna be enslaved anyway. You're gonna be at the bottom anyway. You're gonna be locked up in prison anyway. Trump said, "Be more rough with the suspects." Kamala Harris said, lock them niggas up because for whatever reason. Joe Biden said these are super predators, and we don't care what the issue is that they're going through. We need to lock them up first and then find out what's going on. This is who you're voting for. You don't give a damn about black people. That's the reality. If you cast in a vote, you hate your brothers, man. You hate. Oh, damn. If you cast in a vote, you hate your folks. That's my mantra. Fuck that.
I like that. Cast a vote, you hate your folks, nigga. Shit. I want to ask y'all a question too. What do y'all say to people that said the lesser of two evils? You know what I mean? You have to pick the lesser of two evils because both sides, I guess, is messed up. So it's fine, whatever one you think will be the less evil, I guess. What do y'all say to that?
Man, shit. Go ahead.
I mean, to be completely honest, I can see why niggas say that. Do or die. You know what I mean? Like I can see why niggas say that, but I mean, in my mind, I just always think the whole part that stands out to me is that you have to. Like, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to pick between the lesser two evils. You don't have to do anything. You know what I'm saying? But I think taking it from casting votes to just being able to navigate through life, because whoever goes in, let's say if nobody votes, guess what? They're not gonna be like, well, since nobody voted, we can't pick nobody. Somebody gonna get that office regardless, right? They get that office, whatever changes come down from the Isarians, we got to go through. So, if you could show me where change has been enacted to where it's made it better for black people, and I'm not talking about some exceptions that you could bring up, you know what I'm saying? Some people that made it out the crab bucket, you know what I'm saying? Not that, but I'm just saying, like, as a people, not individuals, as a people, has helped us, then I'll vote all day. But I ain't seen it, so I don't have to keep doing stuff over and over and over again to realize that it's not working. So when they say any you could, it's a waste of time and energy.
I did. Facts. You want to chime in, Isupk?
I ain't saying nothing different than what he said, man.
God.
Lesser of two evils is still evil. It's still goddamn evil. You understand? Why vote for evil anyway? Like, why vote for evil? Why involuntarily cast a vote for evil? If it's a lesser of two evil or the greater of two evils, it's still evil. So why cast a vote anyway? Why not just say, you know what, I'm gonna sit this one out because there ain't nothing but evil going on? Why not say, you know what, I'm gonna cast my vote for Christ? And it sounds cliche, it sounds Christian as hell, and we're not Christians, but why not cast your vote for Christ? Why not say, you know what, I'm not gonna vote? Do you know that Christ died from a vote? Let me blow your mind real quick. The reason why Christ was put on the cross is because they had a vote. And they said, if you want to see Barabbas go free, say I. And everybody said I. You understand? And Christ was the counterpart. Christ was the one that they were voting against. Why not for once in your miserable, pathetic, stupid, imbecilic life, vote for Christ instead of the lesser of two evils?
Straight up, straight like that. You know what I mean? People feel like there's no other option. Like, like y'all was saying, like you have to do it. You don't have to. It's not gonna affect anything that in immediate in your life. You know what I mean? Like them laws are still gonna be in place. This country still gonna function. They still gonna find somebody if you don't. You know what I mean? So find out what works for us as a community.
All right. Now, if I could, here's the lesser of two evils that you voting for, right here.
I want to bring the conversation back to the broken criminal justice system that is disproportionately negatively impacting Black and brown people all across this country today. Senator Harris says she's proud of her record as a prosecutor and that she'll be a prosecutor president, but I'm deeply concerned about this record. There are too many examples to cite, but she put over 1,500 people in jail for marijuana violations and then laughed about it when she was asked if she ever smoked marijuana. She blocked evidence. She blocked evidence that would have freed an innocent man from death row until the courts forced her to do so. She kept people in prison beyond their sentences to use them as cheap labor for the state of California. And she fought to keep a cash bail system in place that impacts poor people in the worst kind of way.
Thank you,
Oh, my bad, that's me. My bad.
Senator Harris, your response.
As the elected Attorney General of California, I did the work of significantly reforming the criminal justice system of a state of 40 million people, which became a national model for the work that needs to be done. And I am proud of that work. And I am proud of making a decision to not just give fancy speeches or be in a legislative body and give speeches on the floor, but actually doing the work of being in the position to use the power that I had to reform a system that is badly in need of reform. That is why we created initiatives that were about reentering former offenders and getting them counseling.
The bottom line is, Senator Harris, when you were in a position to make a difference and an impact in these people's lives, you did not. And worse yet, in the case of those who were on death row, innocent people, you actually blocked evidence from being revealed that would have freed them until you were forced to do so. There is no excuse for that. And the people who suffered under your reign as prosecutor, you owe them an apology.
Fact. Isn't that what she dropped out the race? That's when she dropped out.
You heard me?
You said what?
Damn, I can't hear y'all.
Oh, we can hear you.
That's some bullshit.
He didn't hear that. Yo, listen, Man, look. It's always puzzling to me when we start getting to this point where, you know, we electing officials, you know what I'm saying? We doing stuff like that. And then the one thing people go to is the crime section. And they always be like, yeah, this under this president, if you get caught doing something, they're going to give you 10 years for doing that. If you get caught under this president, it's going to be harsh. It's going to be really harsh under this president because they giving niggas 10 years for stealing cars. But let's address stealing cars, my nigga. Like, how about that? How about we stop doing that part? We don't have to worry about that part. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that'd be the first thing they think about is when I do something messed up, the punishment that's gonna come with it. Instead of saying, let's not do the crime. Right? A lot of people, it'd be like decisiveness with their voting. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've talked to a number of people who that's the stats that they go to and they bring that out. And I'm like, okay, so is that why you picking who you pick? I mean, I don't care who you pick, but is that why you picking? Like, yeah, because if I decide to rob a bank, what am I supposed to do? I only get 15 years? Like, it's like, dog, like, why is that a robber? Why are you thinking about that?
You gonna rob a bank?
Is that what you planning on doing? We got him. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's over.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. And that's our life. Like we've been here too damn long. I'm gonna just say that. We've been here. We've been trapped here too damn long to where we have started to look at criminality like it's normal. Criminality is not normal. It's not a normal thing. But if you keep a people impoverished for long enough, their only result is going to be to turn to crime. Poverty breeds crime, and the politicians know that. This is why they stop. Listen, if you go to London, if you go to Britain, or better yet, damn, I forget. It's a country out there. Damn, I forget it. I think it might be in the UK, but there's a country in the UK where crime is so low because the poverty gap is smaller. Like the wealth gap is smaller there than in America. Because there's such a huge poverty gap in America, that's why you see so much crime in America. But if you go overseas, if you go to these other countries, there's less crime because there's a smaller wealth gap. Everybody isn't this dirt poor out there. You understand? And that's what breeds the crime. And these politicians know that, man. That's why they don't work on a poverty bill. They don't try to build a poverty bill. They try to build crime bills. And get in the the law offices and stuff like that, so they can issue out punishments and sentences for brothers that commit crimes. But why, instead of getting, like you said, instead of addressing, instead of trying to attack the crime, why don't you attack the poverty? Because if you attack the poverty and you kill the poverty, then the crime will die as well. But you politicians, you people, you white collared criminals, you understand? You politicians and upper class white people, you profit off of crime. You profit off of the crime that black people commit. So you can never reduce the crime rate. You can never reduce the poverty rate, because as long as you reduce the poverty rate, then that means that you're reducing your wealth rate. That's what it translates to. And that's just facts. I'll yield.
Shit, y'all want to jump into the next topic?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Crime is free labor. Facts. Say you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, corruption is a lucrative business. Very lucrative.
Yeah. So I mean, do y'all want to talk about the Olympics though, or nah? We can skip it if y'all want to.
I thought I was going to talk about the black and the, what's it called? The divorce in black. And then,
Oh yeah,
Black and white. Black in the Dark.
Black in the Dark.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, let's go ahead.
Yeah. All right.
So if you haven't watched it already, can we pull up a screenshot of it? A screenshot of like the movie trailer, or I mean not trailer, cover or whatever the hell you call it. So, as we discussed last week, man, we're gonna do a quick review of the movie Divorcing the Black. You understand? Starring Megan Good. I forget the brother that plays her husband. I forget his name. Let me see if I can pull it up. Divorce in the Black. I just want to get their names. My bad. All right, so starring Megan Good, Corey Hardrick, Joseph Lee Anderson, Richard Lawson, Taylor Polidor, and Debbie Morgan. Okay, now if you haven't watched the movie, this is a spoiler alert. We're going to spoil this movie if you didn't watch it. If you don't care about spoilers, excuse me. If you don't care about spoilers, then great, you in good company. Because I don't give a damn about spoilers either. But the movie came out, and it's currently on Prime TV. I believe it's on Netflix. I could be wrong about that. But it's definitely on Prime Video. You know what I mean? Listen, Lapayala, what's your take on it?
I mean, it's a typical Tyler Perry movie. I mean, okay, so I'll give an honest review, and I won't use his entire body of work to try to I'll just do it separate. So, what I do like about Tyler Perry movies, they are quality, regardless of how cheesy they are. They are quality. You know, he generally stays around black issues. You know what I'm saying? Black issues that, you know, nothing different from anyone else, because like even when they show us in like Hollywood, you know what I'm saying, like whether it's like The Best Man or, you know, Brown Sugar, or, you know, movies like that where they talk about black experiences within relationships and things like that. So he does go heavy with that. I think early on in his career he was more towards the I would say like towards the woman side of things. Like he catered more to the female audience, I would think. Then from time to time he'll throw a movie in there for the men. As far as this movie is concerned, I think it overall was a good movie. I just think that the end for it to me was kind of unrealistic. You know what I'm saying? Like I mean, and when I'm talking about the end, I'm just talking about the things that kind of played up to it, not the fact that, because I think she like shot him at the end with a shotgun, all of that, but
yeah,
just the lead up to it, you know what I mean, like the way that he was like deranged, and how the family was together, and how, you know, how they you know, he was like the outcast and she was like the church girl, like, you know, that part, I guess to take up time, you got to do something, but that's the part that was just kind of unrealistic to me. Like, you know, that was really storyline. But I mean, overall it was a Tyler Perry movie. Like, she triumphed, I guess, over her oppressor, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's, you know, her husband, you know, that's what it is. But he did divorce her and then, you know, get mad about it. So, you know, that sheds light on a lot of things that's happening around in the news. But I mean, that's really it. Like, it's hard to you know. Go ahead.
My bad. I ain't mean to cut you off. I thought you was done.
No, I was done.
Listen, Tierra Dawkins, you gotta explain what you mean. This got to be a Tyler Perry original. Explain what you mean. Sherry Ross says, Shalom, fam. Shalom, sis. Listen, here's my take on it, right? From the very beginning of the movie, it was just drama all the way through. Like, I mean, bro, like it was really frustrating to watch because it wasn't a build up. I hear what you're saying, Lafayette, but to me, like watching this movie, there was no build up. It was just drama after drama after like drama on drama on drama on drama, crying scene, drama on drama on drama, crying scene, drama on drama, sex scene. You understand? It was hard to watch. It was very difficult to watch, and it was just like a overdrive of a toxic relationship. And I think that's what Tyler Perry harps on in all of his movies. Every single one of his movies is just exploiting toxicity in black relationships. You know what I mean? And it just didn't, to me, it didn't make sense. It didn't explain why this man was so toxic. It didn't explain who the characters were. There was no character development at all. The only character development that they displayed is when the mother showed the video of I mean, not the mother, the father showed the video of when the Megan Good character was coming up and how she would run track and all this stuff, and she was happy. And then they said once she married this guy, she was never happy again. And like, how do you do character development in a goddamn VHS tape? It's the video. The movie is just like, it's cheesy as hell to me all the way through. The movie is cheesy as hell, and the brother, and I give him this, the brother played that role perfectly. The brother played the role perfectly, but the role was just trash. There was no character development for him at all. You didn't come to realize why he became so such a monster, you know what I'm saying? Such a tyrant. It didn't explain why he became like that. So it's just like you just stuck to believe that men are like this. And again, that's what Tyler Perry does with his movies. So like Tierra Dawkins said the whole cover and plot gave that. Not saying his movies are bad, but very predictable. And yes, I agree. That's why I needed you to explain, because it's very predictable. Not only is it predictable, it's like there's no plot twist. You're never going to expect a plot twist in Tyler Perry's movie. You already know what's going to happen, no matter what happens. You know what's going to go down, and that's what I got from out this movie. The ending, like you said, was unrealistic, and honestly, why it was dumb as hell. It like the scenario that took place. And I told you, I gave y'all a spoiler alert, so I'm not afraid to spoil this movie for y'all. In the end, it was dumb as hell for the Megan Good character to invite this guy who's obviously showing signs of what they call it, like social, like he has no social skills at all. You understand? He's showing signs of psychotic behavior. You understand? Like Torch said, he divorced the damn girl and got mad because she signed the divorce papers. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, the whole movie didn't make sense. And when it got to the end, and she basically not invited him, but she kind of tricked him into coming to her house just so like she could record him talking about, you know, what happened, and then eventually shoot him with a shotgun. All of it was fucking unrealistic as hell. Megan Good, like, she weighed about 100 pounds soaking, and she got this big ass shotgun and she blow this nigga away. She's there with nobody. Here's another part. When she was in the damn truck with the dude in his pickup truck, and she just decided to tell him that she wanted to have sex with him. It's like, bro, y'all just goddamn met. And it showed to me that this character has terrible decision making. She makes bad choices. All her life she's made bad choices. From the time she got with this dude to the time she broke up with him, she's only made bad choices. Every time. She just like, it's just bad choice after bad choice. And for her to say that, I want to sleep with this guy who I just met first night, didn't even really get to know him, and she already want to have sex with him, that's ridiculous. And women got to learn from that. My problem with Tyler Perry movies is that he's always exploiting the problems of black people, but he's never offering a solution in his movies. And I don't think that entertainers are meant to give solutions to black problems, but the fact that we only look for them to entertain us and exploit our problems, but never face the reality of what needs to be fixed in those black relationships is a problem, if you ask me. So it is totally unrealistic. She invited this man to her house. She tricked this man over to come to her house with no one there to protect her, and then out of nowhere she pulls out a shotgun, shoots this man, and then what? Nothing. Okay, it's just crazy.
With that being said, my official review is a 7 out of 10. I will give it a 7 out of 10 on the Tyler Perry
7 out of 10.
movie scale. On the
That's
Tyler
pretty
Perry
high.
movie scale.
I ain't gonna front. That's pretty high,
On
my
the
nigga.
Tyler Perry movie scale.
7 out of 10.
On the Tyler Perry side of the game, yeah.
Oh,
7
from
out of
Tyler
10.
Perry. So that's one of his best joints that he dropped.
I mean, I don't want to really get into the whole thing, but I won't say it's one of his best. It just was it was him doing him. That's what he do. You know what I'm saying? So I can't really be like, I know that's what how it was gonna go. So that's kind of like the only movie I would say that ever threw me for a loop was Acrimony. That's the only one with Taraji P. Henson in it that threw me for a loop. That was totally unpredictable. I didn't see that one coming. But
yeah.
So we'll see. I heard they're supposed to be doing a second one, so he might just fuck all that up by letting her come back from the dead and kill this man.
She's not dead. No. I now here's where I disagree with you, because I don't think she was dead either. I didn't think she was dead. I didn't. But I think they fucked up by killing her. If that was what they wanted you to believe. I don't think he killed her. But and I think honestly, I think that was a terrible ending. It was a stupid ass ending that she got dragged under.
Yeah, she was underwater. She should be dead. Ain't no way she survived that. Ain't no way.
She probably got out of it. Like, the chain probably loose. I don't know. She probably broke her foot off. If they show in the movie that she lost a foot, then listen, I'm gonna nominate this nigga for a Grammy if I can. If I can nominate anybody for a Grammy, I would nominate Tyler Perry if he makes a Acrimony 2 and the Taraji P. Henson character is missing a foot. That would be amazing. That would be great character development right there.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, Tyler Perry doing the thing he do. That's what he do. So I'm giving him a 7 out of 10 on his scale.
Would you give him Isupk?
No, hold on. What do you say on a global scale?
On a global scale, I would say probably about a 6.5.
Damn, that's still good. In my opinion,
I mean, because but you know what though, my only bias comes in the fact that I applaud directors who deliver every time, even if that's their brand. I'm not expecting Tyler Perry to give me, M. Night Shyamalan. I'm not expecting Tyler Perry to give me, whatever other direct, Steven Spielberg. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I see a Tyler Perry movie, I go in knowing what to expect. So he deliver every time. It could be bullshit, but like, okay, it's Tyler Perry. You know the wig's gonna be messed up. The black people hair gonna be jacked up. Somebody's grandma gonna die. You know somebody gonna cheat on somebody. That's Tyler Perry. So I mean, he doing his consistently, and he's still selling. So that's why I said on the global scale, I give him a 6.5 because people gonna go see it, man. Shit, I watched it. I don't normally watch that, but I turned that shit on. It was like, let me see what Tyler Perry doing, and it just happened to be this one. So he got me on that one.
There you have it.
Yeah. I mean, I'd say this: it's better than a lifestyle movie. It's better than a lifestyle movie. And lifestyle lifestyle movies are entertaining. They interesting. I wouldn't say entertaining, but they are interesting. But
lifestyle movies are like food with no seasoning.
Yes, it'll give you substance, but it ain't gonna taste good.
Nah, it's not. It's not. That's exactly what that is.
Well done. I like that. I would get on a global scale. I would get a movie about 5.5. For me, that's just my personal opinion on a global scale because I already like I said, lifestyle movies. I look at no lifestyle movie to me ever peaked above 6%. I mean 6%. A 6 rating. You know what I'm saying? No lifestyle ever peaked over a 6 rating. So, and that's not all lifestyle movies. Lifestyle movies or lifetime movies, typically around 5.5, maybe, but they never peak over 6. This movie definitely was on some lifetime stuff, but better than a lifetime movie. And I would give it like a 5.5, 6 at best. Now on the Tyler Perry scale, definitely a cold 7. Definitely a cold 7. I don't like Tyler Perry movies, to be honest with you. Medea is better than this movie. To keep it real, and I don't want to see no man in a dress. But Medea was better than this.
All right.
Medea, go to Christmas. But well, there we have it, folks. Black and a divorce. You know what I mean? You black and you divorced. This is your movie. If you're black and not divorced, this is your movie. You know what I mean?
If you black and you divorced. Yo, and here's too. That's another thing too. I think somebody brought it out real quick. Salaki. But yeah, both of them went through public divorces. So that's what kind of also adds a little bit to this because of the fact that, you know, Corey went through it with Tia or Tamara, whichever one. And then, you know, Megan was going through it with her, the pastor she was with, and then with Jonathan Majors now. So, you know, I mean, so that's why he get that high rating like that. You know, I like how he threw that in there. You know what I mean? Like it's a little bit of a dynamic to it because it got some not truth to it, but they both in crazy situations. So, you know, it's
reality. It's got reality.
Art imitating life, or life imitating art.
My bad. Go ahead.
Nah, I was gonna say when it comes to acting, like that makes them perform better too when they, you know, tap into that.
Yeah, they got something to pull from.
Yeah, real talk. That's why I gave credit to the brother Corey. You know, so I gave him credit because I feel like he did tap into something inside him. You know what I'm saying? And it brought out this character. It exaggerated the character, but it brought it out, and it was a great. I literally wish that there was more character development behind his character. Like they show him crying and shit at night. You know, Megan Good comforting him while he cry and shit, and it's like, where is this pain coming from? Like we need to know where this pain came from. Where's his father?
They said it though.
Show us. No, I mean I didn't get that. I don't know. You tell me. You tell me if they put that out, because if I was Tyler Perry, I would show why he's in pain, and I would use his missing father to do it. Like he's missing his father. Is his father dead? Because that would definitely explain the pain. Did his father abandon him? That would also explain the pain. But we don't get that. And then his mother is just a tyrannical bitch. Like where's her character development? Why is she so damn bitter? It just wasn't explained. And I'm like, why am I watching it?
That's what Tyler.
That's what it is. That's all you get out of it. That's literally all you get out of it, is that black people are wicked and toxic. You can't be around them. Ain't he? Listen, is Tyler Perry married to a white woman? Because I would not be surprised.
No, we won't. I don't think Tyler Perry liked women, to be honest.
Yeah, that's crazy. I don't know. Is he even married? We gotta look it up.
So I think just real quick, I think in the movie they did address what happened with his father, so we might have to go back and look at it again. But I think he was responsible. His mother made him kill his father.
Damn, so he had to kill his own dad.
Yeah, so
I kind of do
remember. Yeah, so they kind of pulled from that, you know what I'm saying, and them being the family that's kind of like on the outskirts, you know what I mean. So yeah, so they kind of established that, you know what I mean. Like that's as far as they go with that. I mean, I don't know what else you want to, you could do,
Yeah, so it's not his fault.
Flashback, but yeah, but they kind of touch on it. Pause, but. That's it. That's all I got on that, man. That's all I got on that, man. It's a Tyler Perry movie. If you like Tyler Perry movies, then it's the Tyler Perry movie you should see. I mean, they all in the same multiverse.
They're gonna make it a
Tyler Perry universe.
That's what it is.
In the Perryverse. They in the Perryverse, man.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Next topic.
All right, I get it. Next topic. But I will leave y'all with this. You know what I'm saying? What goes on in the Perryverse does not affect black people. You know what I mean? You don't have to live your life like you're in the Perryverse. You don't have to be in a marriage like it's in the Perryverse. Okay? You know what I mean? Get counsel, get help, figure out how to love your husband, figure out how to love your wife. You don't have to live like that. You don't have to tolerate that. Learn to compromise. Learn to be, men and women. You know what I mean? Like Tyler Perry ain't the end all be all to relationships. Let's get into it, man. We here now. So as we get into the Julio Foolio'S situation. So they finally caught 4 out of 5 of the suspects. The Julio Foolio deleting, you understand, the unaliving of Julio Foolio. They caught the 4th suspect. They caught 3 prior to that. After the brother, I put it in the chat. Let me go to the chat. It was the first brother they caught. It's alleged that he snitched and told on 2 other suspects, or maybe all of them. Hell if I know. But yeah, once they caught him, they immediately went and got 2 other suspects. So the Twitterverse is alleging that he snitched. Let me see if I can pull it up.
To be honest, them young youths snitched on themselves. Basically.
No, it's bad, man. Damn. Oh, I just put it in the chat. Jeez. But yeah,
this was the first one. This was the first day.
We got audio.
Keep coming. Keep coming. Keep coming.
So, yeah,
walk back to me.
Can't find it back. After they caught this cat, Sean Bathright. After they caught this cat,
and it was a girl.
Yeah, I saw that. Then they went and got his brother.
This shit was cinematic as fuck.
Yeah, it was.
But look at the camera that they using. It's like they already shooting the documentary.
Right.
Like, who uses this camera to do this? It's like they already preparing for how they gonna tell the story.
Yeah. They be looking out for a Netflix special. This is coming.
It gotta be.
And I can guarantee, like, this is something that they're you know, proud of themselves of, you know what I mean, of catching these suspects. I mean, of course it's because it's a murder and it's Julio, but I guarantee, you know, being that it happened in Tampa, like, they was persistent on making sure they find out who did it. You know what I mean? And
Right.
they had whole camera crew and everything ready. That shit's crazy.
Right. And I also think they were persistent on it, but I also think it's just so easy. They ain't even got to work right now. Like, dudes is doing crimes in the new age of technology. It's a digital footprint everywhere. So they make it so easy for them. You know what I'm saying? They ain't even got to say, you could go do whatever. They gonna find you, bro. Because you got something. You know what I mean? Like, you leaving some type of footprint somewhere.
I was seeing the reports how they was using Tesla to get the surveillance footage of the shooting. And the Tesla car was owned by the suspects. Like, they use their own car for this joint. You know what I mean?
Crash out, bro.
Wow.
Crash out.
That is ridiculous. Like, yeah, like, man, come on, man. Yeah. But that just goes to show you, like, our black brothers, our black sons. It's like like you said, it's a crash out lifestyle, and it's like we don't care that we're gonna, you know, be unalive. We don't care if we're gonna be going to go to prison for the rest of our lives. Like, we don't care what has caused our young black men to display this type of behavior. And the only thing I can think of is Christianity. Now, the reason why I say Christianity is because it's the Christian church that teaches a black woman that, you know, she can leave her man if she feels unsatisfied or if she feels unappreciated, quote unquote. You know what I'm saying? Or if she's unhappy. Just because you're unhappy, you know, the key word in emotions is the word motions. You understand? Your feelings change. They move around. You're not going to be happy all the time. Sometimes you're going to be sad. Sometimes you're going to be angry. Sometimes you're going to be, you know, upset. Tomorrow you might be happy, but goddamn, you're going to leave your man, the father of your child, because today you're not in a good mood. And the Christian church teaches that if you're not in a good mood, it's okay to leave your man. While also trying to teach that sex is, while also trying to teach that you shouldn't have sex before you're married. While also trying to teach that, you know, having children out of wedlock is bad. Well, don't you know that according to the Bible, sex is marriage? So if you lay down to have sex with a person, you're supposed to stay with that damn person. Why your Christian church ain't teaching you that? You should stay with who you lay with. So, like, if somebody wanted to say something, I'm gonna yield.
Nah, you right on, man. You know what I mean? Just to add on more to this crash out culture. If y'all want to address more about that, what is this crash out culture? What does crash out even mean? What is these young kids doing? And where are they getting this from?
You ever see that commercial? It was a commercial a while ago. They used to play this. And they was testing cars, and they had this family, but they was crash dummies. And their job every day was to get up, go to the facility, sit in the car, and let these testers drive this car into this brick wall every day. Just every day. That's what their job was, over and over and over again, testing speed, different types of speed, just crashing the fuck out into this brick wall. That's crash out culture. When our youth wake up every day on a mission to go smack into the whatever bad situation, whatever wall they can find, to just crash into it, whatever situation, they just looking for it without knowing the consequences. You understand what I'm saying? Like, and then the social media, along with entertainment combined, it's giving them the perspective that they can recover from that, and it's easy to recover, or somebody's gonna be okay. Or even if you on the block and somebody come home and they good now, you know what I'm saying? You're like, oh, he went, he did his bid, he could come back. Look how it worked out for him. But it don't work out. You don't know what he had to do when he was in there. You don't know what he did. They don't get all the information. So now it's fashionable to crash out. It's fashionable for somebody to wire you some loot to hit somebody. Everybody want to be hitters now. Everybody want to be steppers now. You know what I mean? Everybody want to do that. And that's just the culture now, where, you know, crashing out don't mean nothing. They ain't afraid to crash out no more. They ain't afraid to die. They're not afraid to lose. They're not afraid to lose big. They're not afraid.
Yeah, shit, I agree that the age of gangsters moving silence is far gone.
Yeah.
Like I remember back then it used to be, you know, the weakest is the loudest, something like that. You know how the phrase go. You know what I mean? Yeah. The strong move quiet, the weak cause riots. You know what I mean? Like nowadays it's the opposite. Like the more louder you are is more real you look. You know what I'm saying? And this is what these kids is thriving off of, especially with social media. You know, they have more accessibility to be loud. You know what I mean? Like back then, only your block knew about the shit that was going on in the block. You know what I'm saying? But now you know what's going on in the block all the way in California while living in Florida. You know what I'm saying? Right. That shit hypes you up to go do some crazy shit based off what you seen, you know, another nigga do in a whole nother state. So yeah, man.
So
these kids, it's a whole nother. My bad. No, you got it.
Not my bad actually.
No, you got
so
it.
Does it all boil down to clout chasing?
I don't know if you want to say anything, Lavia, but if I may, I was gonna say, I think there's a good part of clout chasing that goes along with it. You know, the credibility. You know what I mean? Wanting to be known, wanting to be recognized, wanting to have status for certain shit. When knowing all of that shit, it really don't mean nothing at the end of the day. You know what I mean? It's fake credit that you can't exchange it for anything valuable. You know what I'm saying? Like, these niggas gonna rot in jail, and it's unfortunate, you know what I mean, for a situation like the sister said, on both sides. They gonna have to sit in jail after a few years pass. Ain't nobody gonna be talking about them. Nobody's gonna be visiting them. Nobody's gonna be worrying about them. You know what I mean? And then you have another cat that's, you know, dead and gone, where his family gotta be mourning about that. You know what I'm saying? So it is very unfortunate on both sides, man. All for clout, you know, recognition.
Right.
Yeah, it's great.
And you know the I know you about to pop in here. And you know, part of the a long time ago, everybody wanted to be hood famous. Hood famous was a code you couldn't break. You didn't know why certain people was hood famous. You know, it was certain things that they had to do. Social media then made it to where now everybody can see. Like a lot of times it had to be by mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like word of mouth. When somebody became hood famous because they did something, somebody talked about it, it was so big that so-and-so told so-and-so. Now everybody can see it. So now it's just a matter of they want to be hood famous. So now they go commit a crime and then put it on the internet because that's where everybody at. You know what I'm saying? So now everybody know, oh, it was Lil D. He was the one that shot old boy up there. Now the word could spread faster than it used to. You know what I'm saying? You had to put in work for years. 5-10 years for niggas to know your name. Now overnight, instant sensation.
Yeah.
You the guy that you know took out Pop Smoke. You the guy that took out Julio Foolio. You that guy. Now everybody know you. Now as a minor, you gonna do a little bit of time, come out of jail, and people still gonna celebrate you.
The nigga, while you in jail, will say free you.
Right.
Like you committed a heinous. You committed a heinous crime that you're guilty of, and people still gonna say free you.
Yeah.
What do you mean free him? He committed a crime.
And why you in that? My bad. I was gonna say why they in that jail. You think that shit really matters, bro? That free you shit, that shit don't matter, bro.
Right.
No.
Niggas don't not getting free.
Yeah, nigga, free you, like. Come on, bro.
They acted like the defense is like, and Judge, we would like to point you to Exhibit A, all the free use on the internet right now. Like everybody is saying free use. Everybody got a T-shirt on out there, and they trying to get them to come home. You know.
Hey, Shalom Akim.
It's just free this
Shalom,
nigga.
Shalom, y'all.
Oh, yeah, stuff right there.
Hey, I
Look
just
at
wanted
this
to say I know it.
nigga.
I know it. I know a dude that got locked up and had and posted on his Facebook, "Free me." Yeah.
That's stupid.
Come on,
Man.
man. Come on, man. That's clout chasing, man. That's the result of clout chasing. What are you doing? For you, you should have never went to prison. You shouldn't have committed a crime. Now, I'm not saying that as if black people don't get wrongly accused and wrongly prosecuted for crime. I'm not saying that.
Right.
However, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people, we speak about accountability all the time. You know what I'm saying? Especially with women, because women, for some reason, no offense to you sisters who know how to take accountability, but a lot of women, for some reason, women do not take accountability for any of their actions. And so we speak on it. But it's not exclusive to women. Men have to take accountability as well. You understand? So why the hell would you think in your mind that you can say some shit like free you when you know what the hell you did? You know you committed that damn crime. Wear that shit. You do the crime, you can do the time.
And if I may, just to add, I do want to say as well, like these, like, and I don't want to think, people to think that in no way. Well, as far as, let me just say from my perspective, I don't even think it's the youth fault. Now, it is a different time that they in, where they have the internet, but they moving off of the momentum of the generation prior to them. You do what I'm saying? Like the generation prior, when the Bloods and Crips in the 90s was doing all that killing and stuff like that, they were babies at the time. You know what I mean? They were,
right.
Infants. They were surrounded by that. Now they, getting older. Now they, feel like, daddy ain't do it is good enough. You know what I mean? The old heads, they don't know what they was doing. I'm gonna show you how it's done. And they get on the internet and just moving off of that momentum. So, you know what I mean? It's gonna continue each generation until we get it right.
Right. And the only way to do that, we don't need no coalitions. You know what I mean? Like the only way to do it is to eradicate them. They need to be eradicated. The memory of them have to be eradicated. Because that's going to be a tough thing to do. That's why it's going to take Christ to come back to get rid of all of this nonsense. But in the meantime, if niggas really want to see change, you got to eradicate that. It can't be no more Bloods. It can't be no more Crips. It can't be no more none of that stuff. And if you want a whole generation to start over, we got to eradicate their memory. That got to be gone because the stain is still there. I don't give a care how many times you bring the Bloods and Crips together. We cannot forget the feud that they had and the bodies that dropped over that. We can't forget that. Yeah. You know what I mean? And they try. It's just not something that we ever gonna forget. So, it's we just need to get rid of them. And I know that's a tough feat, but I'm just saying like that's what it's gonna take.
And a lot of people. Nah, go ahead.
So if I could real quick, like you know what I'm saying, and I hear what you're saying on the Crips and the Bloods, right? But what people fail to realize also is that the Crips and the Bloods started off as a community protection organization. Like these two groups assembled to protect the black community, right? And what happened over time is white culture influenced them to become more of what their idea of a gang is, more to like the mafia and the mob. You understand? At one point in time, Crips stood for community resistance and progress. Why? Because they were here to protect the black community. They were here for that. all of a sudden, and here's the thing too, like what you said about the 90s, the gang started in 1969. If you didn't know, the Crip gang started in 1969 as a community resistance in progress to
I would
protect the
just say
black
that.
community.
I would just say
Go
the
ahead.
height of the violence. The height of the violence was in the 90s. You dig what I'm saying? Like that was, big time when niggas was dying on both sides.
No. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. I'm not taking that away from you. I'm not taking that away from you at all. In the 90s was the height of the gang on gang violence. I'm just saying in 1969, from before the 90s, it wasn't that. Before the 90s, it wasn't gang on gang crime. It wasn't, a beef. It was just, this is my community and I'm going to protect it. From who? If you're not protecting the community from other black people, then what are you protecting it from? Protecting it from the other races. You understand?
But,
the Caucasian race for Slovakia.
No, I was gonna say that's true, but and also too, if they started out trying to protect the community, let's say from police, you know what I'm saying, they're just trying to protect, you know what I'm saying, their blocks and they, prospective neighborhoods. Remember during this same time, crack was being put in the hood, so it went from protecting us from ourselves from the police to protecting ourselves from each other, because now, people is breaking into other hoods, you know what I'm saying, because they own cocaine, they own crack. So now the truce that we had is broken, and ain't really broken between the people that's on the roll for being a blood or a Crip. It's one of these Crips' uncle who's strung out. And that's how it just started getting, you know what I'm saying? He didn't know this was your uncle. He just looked like a regular nigga that's on crack and trying to steal from you, and you kill him, and now they like, who killed him? It was the Bloods over there. Boom. Once that blood is shed, and it just kept going, and it just kept going over and over and over again. It's to this day that these niggas don't even know why they don't even like each other. It's just the same thing. But one thing that's consistent though, the trauma and the back and forth of killing each other stays consistent. So they don't even have to have a reason not to like them, but that violence between each other remains.
Yeah, and no, that's exactly to my point. And who put the crack cocaine in the in the community? Ronald Reagan in the CIA.
Sorry.
Easarians, man.
Ronald Reagan in the Easarians.
This nigga here is on a roll, man. Oh shit. Go ahead, Salaki.
Nah, I don't know if I'm late to the party, but it sounds like Hell Melvin and the Blue Notes.
Yes.
Gladys Knight and the Pips. Ronald Reagan and the Easarians.
Ronald Reagan and the Easarians.
Bird and the Midnight Falcons.
You know what I mean? That's who introduced crack cocaine to the black community. So that's who we have to thank for that division that you're talking about, Torch. Like that's who we have to thank for that. A Blood had to kill a Crip's uncle because he was on the crack that Ronald Reagan pushed in the hood. And this goes to why we have black on black crime to this day. Before the 60s, before the civil rights movement, we didn't see black on black crime like that. It might have happened. It might have happened just like white on white crime happens, or Indian on Indian, native, East Indian on East Indian crime happens, or how Chinese on Chinese crime happens. Because of course, you have issues that you're dealing with, and it might occur. But we didn't deal with it on a level that we're dealing with today, to where there's so much black on black violence that it's damn near like a stereotype now. It's literally like a stereotype, to where they use that as fuel to say, oh yeah, there's no such thing as oppression. Black people kill black people all the time. But why do black people kill black people all the time. Go ahead, sir.
No, I was just gonna say what you're saying is though, right? It's when somebody else do something to us and we try to like battle against somebody doing something to us, that's the first thing they bring up. You start talking about, when we during the George Floyd situation and Sandy, we name all these people that the police is doing something to or unaliving, and the first thing they say back to us is, "Well, black people kill more black people than anybody." You know what I'm saying? That's what they're gonna bring up, and like you're saying, it's been organized that way, so it'll be that way. So, and they never get back to the point of whose fault it is. If you put people in the same place and don't give them nothing to eat, and then you put a steak in the middle of the floor, they're gonna fight all they can to get a piece of that steak because you
Mm-hmm.
left them hungry for so long. And that's what it is. We battling for crumbs, and meanwhile, this person is buying land on Mars. You know what I'm saying? So
That's crazy.
Facts.
That's crazy.
Facts.
Yeah,
We're not saying no outlandish shit. So like,
nah, shit, and a lot of times, if somebody that you love and end up being unalive, you can understand, like, you know what I'm saying, for the most part, the people who care about you is, or the people who care about that person is going to ride for that person. Like, they're going to, get some retaliation for, what happened to their loved one. You know what I'm saying? And once these young kids, once they learn how to actually deal with their loss and the trauma behind their loss of their loved ones, that can actually help out the progression of the community. Because these young kids, they don't give a fuck about the past. You know what I mean? They don't give a fuck about they don't care about the OGs. Like, they don't respect the OGs. Like, there's no rules in the streets. There's none.
Yeah.
There's no, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. They're just young niggas moving with trauma. You know what I mean? My nigga died, so I gotta ride. You know what I mean? This, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, once we, you know what I mean? Once we speak to that and realize, it's understandable to ride for somebody you love. It's natural. It's human nature. You know what I'm saying? But what Christ gave us is something beyond nature. You know what I mean? Supernatural. Like, it takes a lot of guts and courage to forgive somebody who did you wrong. Like, that takes a lot of heart than actually pulling the trigger. You know what I'm saying? Like, a 5-year-old can crawl in their dad's bedroom and grab a gun and accidentally pull the trigger. It's nothing to pull off a trigger. You know what I'm saying? But it's a lot harder to face somebody face to face that you have issues with and deal with that trauma. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Real talk. Yeah, man. So like, what's going on with Julio Foolio? You know what I mean? Like, may that brother rise in power. You know what I'm saying? And maybe next time, and here's the thing, reincarnation does exist, regeneration does exist. So when he's here again, Lord willing, he'll have men over him that can show him truly how to live as a black man. You understand? He can show him how to conduct himself as a black man, how to be a king rather than, someone who's fallen victim to slavery and oppression. You understand? So, listen, Lord willing, next time that brother is back, Lord willing, we get the kingdom before then. Lord willing, Christ cracks that sky, comes down and soaks his garment in blood with the enemies of the Most High in Jerusalem. And, you know what I'm saying, we get the kingdom. And Julio Foolio will live a life meant to serve the Most High. You understand? That's what my prayer is. I mean, that's what my prayer is for all of the fallen, all the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians that have ever, tasted death in this place. That's my hope and prayer is for. You know what I mean? But I ain't trying to be long-winded.
I also wanted to point this out right here. This video right here. We ain't got to play the video, but I stopped it right here for a reason. If you look at this, this is a This is a young woman right here. This is a young woman that's getting arrested as well. So the point of me bringing that out is, yeah, she part of it too.
I know.
She part of it too.
Yeah, I know she got her. I know she eventually she got arrested. They show her getting arrested in the video.
Well, I mean, up to this point right here, yeah, to this point, because they took them both from the house.
Yeah,
as a lesson, it ain't just dudes out here that this is happening to. Just in case anybody got that twisted, it's the young women out here doing the same thing, and they go under the radar a lot. You know, everybody, want to turn up, and you bringing all the females through, and some of them dropping the location and setting you up, man. Like it's an epidemic for real. It's happening.
Yep. Earlier, man, I don't know. Maybe y'all know something about. There's a chick online, and that's what she do. She was basically doing the same thing to the opposite, getting with them.
You're in the Matrix.
That actually started to, unalive her family member. So she would be like, "Hey, y'all watch what happened next." Somebody would end up. Somebody would end up dead, and she pop back on like, "Yo, I told you. Wait and see who location I'm gonna drop next." Then she popped, and then now she popped it back in like, "Yo, they done murdered my mama. They done took my."
Yeah, that boy deep in the Matrix.
Yeah. Driving under a mountain. Yeah, but them women, they definitely in the game too. So don't get fooled. You know what I'm saying? You out there and you buying women drinks and you trying to get to know somebody and then know that this is she a stick up girl. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to be careful because ain't no worse than that, man. Ain't no worse than that.
Yeah. Always stay on guard with these women, and this is why I thank Commander Junior Hahn and the Isupk so much. You know what I'm saying? Because of course, like if I wanted a woman, I could get one right here in the school who already made the commitment to change her life for the better. But it also taught me that these women in the world, there's nothing wrong with the women that's in the world. There's the women that are still stick up girls and goddamn, setting niggas up or whatever they might be doing in the world. There's nothing wrong with them, but the UPK taught me to be more cautious with those women and not let my guard down with women in the world. Court these women. Don't trust her so soon. Win her trust, or not even win her trust. Salaki, that's a bad way to put it. Let her win your trust is a better way to put it. Let that woman win your trust because reputation has it. Women are not trustworthy. And that's not for these sisters in the school, in the UPK. These solid ass sisters that's in the UPK. But there are too many women in the world that are untrustworthy for you to go to a club and just be cool with that woman and say, yeah, I can trust her, bring her to the crib, you know what I'm saying? Leave my wallet on the little thing right here, and I'm gonna expect to see all my money still left in there when she leaves. No, nigga, she gonna take your money if she even lets you live. She might have already set you up from the moment y'all left the club. Yeah, I'm in the car with this nigga right now. We headed to his crib. Follow me. Here, I'm sharing my location with you now. I mean, this is what you have to be careful of. Don't just trust these women, man. Don't, for that matter, don't just trust these niggas. Don't just trust every nigga that you come across. Don't just trust every woman that you come across. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like,
shit. I don't know if you ever heard the saying where it goes, there's nothing more than a man loves than a woman with a pretty face. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas will get blinded. Like look how innocent she looks. You know what I'm saying? They'll get blinded by the beauty and wanting her around.
Yeah.
You'll never know. Never know that she'll do something like that.
I'll give you a better one. Never trust a big butt in a smile. Tarani said that. Never trust a big butt in a smile.
A wise man once said. Yeah, man, this crazy right here, man. Got him in the rain looking like Spider-Man. It's crazy, bro. All for what? Just crashing out. This is crash out culture right here. Just not expecting this moment right here, thinking that you gonna slide and just get away with it. You know what I mean? Like, what's the point of this? Like, for whatever their reasoning is, like I said, man, that's a female right there, man. You just partying, you know what I'm saying? The females come through, she dropping the location on you, you know what I'm saying? It's your last day breathing, you know what I'm saying? You got blinded, you know, so, you know, part of that crash out culture is not being a good judge of character. Not being a good judge of character. All of these simple things that's needed, you know what I'm saying? It seems simple, but these are heavy things that you need in life. Being a good judge of character, you know what I'm saying? Knowing how to speak to people, you know what I'm saying? Knowing how to read people, things that, you know, a family unit is supposed to instill in children and they're supposed to exercise out in the world. But the family unit is broken, so you got people out here exercising the wrong judgment, out here making mistakes they don't have to make. You don't have to make the mistake. Listen, all of the video and stuff that we got now should be a lesson. The stuff that we see now should be a lesson. As we see these things, the likelihood of it happening should be decreasing. But in the world that we live in, it just gets worse. You think seeing them go to jail, that more youth's gonna be like, you know what, we're not going that way. But no, their mindset now, and the way the world has trained their mindset is like, no, I could do it better. They stupid. I wouldn't get caught. Then they come on here and tell you how they caught them, so you could just go and be like, well, don't do that. Let's find another way. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy.
And you would have thought the whole point of being a criminal is not to get caught. Like, you would have thought, like, you know what I mean? Like, if you're a crook and you continually, like, habitually get caught in your crime, I think you need to find a new career, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, out. Being a criminal is just not in you. It's not you. You know what I mean? Like, it's, you know, I don't know. It just don't make no sense. If you're gonna be a criminal, like, at least know how to move. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not advocating, you know, for you to be a crook, but don't be a dumbass, bro.
Yeah, but if you're getting caught, you're a horrible crook, man. You're a horrible crook. Do something else, bro. Go do some long division or something.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna take it even further. I wouldn't even say you're a horrible crook. Black people are not criminals. Because we are the worst criminals. It's not in our blood. It's not in our DNA. We're not meant to be criminals. We're the worst criminals. We always get caught. We barely actually do the crime that we're trying to commit. You know what I'm saying? We always, how many brothers are sitting in prison right now for conspiracy to do a crime? You know what I mean? Like, we the worst criminals. But you know who's the greatest criminal in the world? The one that's always getting held not guilty for the crimes they commit.
Right.
The Isarians, your oppressor. They're the best criminals. They always get away with it. Listen, they're such good criminals that they run the justice system. Get that. They're such good criminals that they're actually in the seat of the judge and the lawyers. That's how good of a criminal they are. So I've seen a police officer get pulled over while driving drunk. And when he got pulled over by a deputy, he said, "Don't you know who I am? Don't you know who I am? I could have you dispelled from the from your position because he's a sheriff or whatever. Because he's, you know, he got higher rank over the deputy that pulled him over. Like, they're the biggest criminals because they are actually in charge of who gets criminalized.
Mm-hmm.
Black people are the worst criminals. We don't have nobody on our side. And anytime you see a brother, here's another thing that you could take to the bank. Anytime you see a brother, a black man who's like a major drug what they call him, kingpin or whatever. If you see a brother who's made millions off of drugs, it's because the police department endorsed him. The FBI and CIA endorsed that brother to be big as he is. You don't believe me? Ask Freeway Ricky Ross. Ask Big Meech. You understand? He was endorsed by the FBI to push drugs, and when his job was done, they locked his ass up. You are the worst criminal, black man, because you're not meant to be a criminal. You're meant to be kings and priests, and you let this place corrupt you and turn you into a criminal and a lowlife and a savage.
Vagabond.
Yeah. A goddamn vagabond, man. A goddamn nigga with no place. You have no place. And what's crazy is the scriptures talk about that. The scriptures tell you who the real vagabond is. So you know what that scripture is? I can't think of it off the top of my head. You know what scripture that is?
Probably
a
in
fugitive
Genesis.
in a vagabond.
Is what I'm thinking about. Is it Genesis?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it up.
When he cursed him? Or
yeah, man.
Genesis or Obadiah? One of them.
Genesis 4:12.
4:12.
Genesis 4:12. Let me see. I guess we'll start at
Brooklyn Zoo.
I mean, we can start at 11, right? But just for context sake, it's talking about Cain. It's talking about Cain when he slew Abel. You understand? And what you'll realize in reading the Bible, which is why you should get in class. If you listening to the sound of my voice and you're not in a class in the Israel, if you haven't already been to a class in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, then this is why you need to be in class so you can know these things. You know what I'm saying? UPK got the secrets of life. You don't even know that there are secrets out here, and you don't know them. You should be in class, man. Do I need to read it or do you got it?
I got it.
Go ahead.
Genesis chapter 4, verse 11. And now art thou cursed from the earth, which hath opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand. Verse 12. When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. A fugitive and a vagabond shalt thou be in the earth.
Right. You understand? Let's talk about Adam. Let's talk about Adam's sons, Cain and Abel. In the same spirit that Cain had, to where he was a murderer, you know what I'm saying, where he unalived and deleted his own flesh and blood brother, Abel. You understand? It's calling him a fugitive and a vagabond. That same spirit lives in your oppressor today. You understand? Because, and I might give you a whole goddamn Bible lesson right here, because truth be told, newsflash, the white man is technically your brother. The white man is your twin brother, Esau. If you black, Hispanic, or Native Indian, your forefather, your great forefather, whatever, Israel, Jacob, was a twin to Esau. You understand? In just the same way where Cain slew his brother, Esau sought to slay his brother Jacob. It's the same spirit, which is why it also says that you are of your father the devil. You know what I'm saying? He was a murderer from the beginning. The beginning it's talking about is in Genesis when Cain slew Abel. It's the same exact spirit, even though that wasn't the same man, even though that wasn't the same person, it was the same spirit that was on Cain. The same spirit that's on Cain was on Esau as well, and it dwells in your oppressor today. You understand? And Salakia, I know this ain't the Christian News Network or nothing, but at the same time, the Bible is true, and what it's telling you is that these are your enemies, man, and it's just naturally in them to unalive you. It's naturally in them to unalive their brother Jacob. You understand?
Exactly.
I don't know if I was wounded on that.
Nah, you 100%. Straight up.
You know what I mean? And when it says when it says when till it's the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto it's like my bad, hold up. Cried unto me from the ground, and now art thou cursed from the earth, which hath opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand. When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. A fugitive and a vagabond shalt thou be in the earth. That's what Esau is today. That's what these white people are today. Fugitives and vagabonds, man. Vagabonds. Meaning you don't have a place to live. You always on the run. This is why Esau has dominated so many territories. Because they don't have a home. They don't have no, like, you can say, like, just, you know how they say to us, if you don't like it here, go back to Africa. If you don't like it here, go back to Mexico. If you don't like it here, go back to wherever the hell you from. They don't have a place to go back to. Because they fucking, excuse my language, they're vagabonds. They don't have no place to go. You could tell them go back to the Caucasus Mountains because they're Caucasian, right? But guess what? They're not from there either. It's not their
Who
original
wants to go
birthplace.
there?
Who the hell wants to go to a goddamn cave in the wall? Literally. A cave in the mountain. Who wants to go? Who wants to live there? Nobody. But that's where they came from. But they ain't their original birthplace. They don't have a goddamn birthplace. Even where they were born, they ran away from it. When Esau was born, he ran away from home. And the whole time he was gone, he was plotting on how to unalive blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. That's the truth. This ain't make believe. This ain't fairy tales. That's what actually happened. That's called history. These people are fugitives and vagabonds, meaning they're criminals and they don't have nowhere to go. But we, the criminals, we commit more crimes. Who the hell influenced black people to commit crimes? If you go, again, we've been saying this the whole show. If you go back to the 60s, you go back to the 1960s, before Michael King in the civil rights movement, you understand, black people that weren't committing crimes against each other. We barely committed crimes at all. You understand? We had thriving societies. You go back to the 20s, you had Black Wall Street, Tulsa, Oklahoma. They called it Black Wall Street because every business that you ever needed in the black community was there. You had movie theaters, you had doctors, hospitals, you had lawyers, you had all type of business, barbershops, every single business that you could think of was in the black community. That's why they called it Black Wall Street, because it was wealthy. You understand? And we shared the dollar. It took a whole year, a whole 12 months for one single dollar to leave that black community. It took a whole 12 months for $1 to leave the black community. What does that mean? That means that they were passing that dollar around business to business, person to person within the black community back then. You understand? You know what that means for for every generation after them? It means that their generations after them have something to look forward to. They have an inheritance to inherit. They have, businesses to inherit. They have property to inherit. But because of integration, we lost all of it. Where are your black businesses today? You might have a few here and there. I got a couple, but we were booming, man. Here's another point. Imagine if Michael King, and if you don't know what I'm talking about Martin Luther King. His real name was Michael. He lied about that, just like how he lied about his speech and plagiarized his speech. But Michael King, if he would have took the bus boycott and said, "Listen, black people, we need to build our own bus business. We're never going to get back on a white bus ever again. We're going to make our own bus. We're going to employ our own drivers, and we're going to take over the bus. Because who rides buses more than black people? Nobody. So if we would have said, "Hey, we're gonna have create our own busing business so that we can ride, and nobody's gonna tell us to get to the back of the bus ever again," what would have happened? In 2024, you would see black bus companies all throughout America. And you would see no white bus companies ever because they ran out of business, just like black businesses ran out of business because all we wanted to do was go to the white businesses and support them, give our money to the white businesses, sit at the white diners and eat their disgusting food, go to the white bathrooms, drink out the white water fountains, go to the white parks. All we ever wanted to do was go and do the things that white people could do when we could do it and do it better on our own. We don't need white businesses to thrive. Who sent white people to the moon? Black people. Who became the first heart surgeon? Black people. Why do we need white people for anything? We don't. You understand? But because of Michael King, we gave it all up. And now look, 50 years later, 56 years later, or whatever, you understand? Here we are in America with nothing to show for it. Nothing at all. I mean, we made a terrible mistake, and now is the time where we reverse that mistake and we segregate. We go back to the way it was before the civil rights movement. We build back Black Wall Street. That's what we do. You know what I'm saying? We keep that dollar in our pockets for a year plus. Never let the black dollar leave out of the black community. That's what you're supposed to do, man. It's a lot, man.
Yeah, damn right, man. Shit, we got 2 minutes left, man. We're gonna have to wrap it up for everybody that's tuning in. You know what I'm saying? The water for everybody tuning in. Today's episode, man. You know what I'm saying?
If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Tell a friend to tell a friend. We're going to be here every Tuesday, 9:30 p.m. on the dot to about 11:30 p.m. on the dot. That, you know what I mean? Hit the like button, all that. I am Priest Officer Itazab. We got Tawiz the Prince, Wise Man Mad Lapayad, The Torch. Shalom.
No.
We're going to play the outro. We're going to play the theme song.